Hey guys, welcome back to Movie Collector 623 YouTube channel. Uh, in this video, I'm going to continue my 80 slashers Blu-ray 4K collection, and now we're going to move on to the year 1982. 1982, it was a pretty solid year. I mean, very competitive to 1981. Some very pretty good, solid films came out this year. But I think 1981 was probably a little bit better. But so yeah, in case you missed the 1980 and 1981, those videos are up in the channel. So if you guys want to check those out, by all means, check them out. All right, so and again, just like the other videos, I mean, the dates may not be accurate, maybe missed by a month or so, but they're all from 1982. And I'm gonna, you know, show them by chronological order, starting up with the beginning of the year and going on through the end of the year. So I don't have anything for January, but for February, this one came out. Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker. Uh yeah, this one is kind of like a little bit more like psychological horror. Um it's a very cringy movie. This one will not be able to fly today. I mean, you can't make a movie like this in this day and age. It won't. Yeah, because some of the content that it has, it's got like racism. It's got like homophobic dialogue. Yeah, so it just it won't fly today. That's for sure. This is a code red release. I don't know if this one is still in print. It might be out of print. I don't know, but I know that Severin Films actually re-released it on 4K. So I'm happy with this. I mean, I'm okay with this. I didn't upgrade. I'm fine. Um, yeah, and you also have a very young Bill Paxton in here. Uh, that he makes an appearance in this movie. Um, so yeah, Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker released in February. All right, in March we have The New York Ripper. This is directed by Lucio Fulci. It's an Italian film, so it's got some giallo in it, but very slasher. It's got slasher kills. It's a good movie. Like I said, it's kind of giallo, so it's got like a police procedural. So it's a good plot, but it's very graphic. Very graphic. Not for everybody. This one, the kills are very graphic. A lot of blood. There's tons of nudity. Also, very perverse. Very greedy film. Um, yeah, I mean, people are getting killed naked, and I mean, it's brutal. It's a really brutal film, but it's got a very good plot. It's a good movie, but like I said, it's not for everybody. So yeah, the New York Ripper released in March. All right, released in April of 1982, we have The Dorm That Drip Blood. Yeah, this is a very low budget film. And it takes place during like the Christmas break, during the holidays. It's got some pretty fun kills. There's a kill here that I don't know if you can see it, where the killer uses like a power drill behind his victim's head. Uh, yeah, that kill was very brutal. Um, yeah, it also goes by another name. It goes by Pranks. I think it's called Pranks. Yeah, Pranks. You can reverse that, but um, I know it by The Dorm That Drip Blood. So yeah, that was released in April. Another one released in April, we have X-Ray. Yeah, also known as Hospital Massacre. I haven't seen this one in years, so I kind of don't. Uh, you got Barbie Benton who comes out. She's got some nude scenes. It's okay. It's not a bad movie, but I need to definitely rewatch it. Yeah, X-Ray. All right, it released in May. We have Death Valley. This is by Scream Factory. I I think Umbrella Entertainment's gonna re-release it. But I'm happy with this. The Scream Factory transfer is really good. This one has this little kid from A Christmas Story, little Ralphie. He comes out in this. It's kind of like a suspense thriller, but with you got some slasher elements. You got Catherine Hicks from Child's Play. You got her in it. So yeah, it's I like it. It's a very very good movie. It's kind of like it's got that suspense thriller, but with slasher elements. So yeah, Death Valley. Another one released in May is Dead Screams. I like this. I like these. Look at this slipcover right here. Yeah, this is a by Arrow. Um, yeah, this one's okay. It's a little slow at first, but the last act it really picks up. That's when the killing starts. The killing begins towards the end of the film. That's when it really gets better. But yeah, I mean, if you want to sit through like the first and second act, man, it's a little slow pace, but it does pick up. That screams. In also in May, we have the Ghost Dance, which is a brand new release by Vinegar Syndrome. Vinegar Syndrome is finally putting out these slashers that have never been on Blu-ray before, so I'm happy that they're doing it. Yeah, this one is kind of like a Native American who's possessed by this evil spirit and drives him to kill. Uh, the kills are pretty decent. It's got some pretty solid kills. I can't wait to rewatch it because it has been a very long time. I think I remember renting it on my local Blockbuster on VHS. Man, that was like years and years ago. But yeah, happy to own it on Blu-ray finally. I need to check out this Blu-ray by Vinegar Syndrome. So yeah, the Ghost Dance. Speaking of Vinegar Syndrome, this one was released in June. Island of Blood. This is another one that I haven't seen in years. I know it's about these people in an island and they're getting picked off one by one. Yeah, the kills are okay. It's also known as Who Done It. Um, but I know it as Island of Blood, and I think that's the better title in my opinion than Who Done It. But yeah, Island of Blood released in June of 1982. All right. Continuing June, we have The Forest. This is another one by Code Red. I don't know if this one is still in print. This one, I like the setting of it. It's like, it's another one that takes place in those backwoods, the camp, stuff like that, in in the woods, in the forest or whatever. And I like the artwork on it. But the movie, it has its moments. It's kind of like supernatural, because it deals with ghosts. But you do have some slasher elements as well. This guy's kind of like a cannibal. The kills are, they're okay, a little bit weak, but it's not your typical slasher, but it's decent, I guess. I mean, but not the best, but not the worst. But yeah, The Forest. All right, now in this one is in May. I should have mentioned it a little earlier, but yeah, this is a double feature. But we're gonna talk about Visiting Hours because this is the one that was released in May of 1982. So basically, it's about a killer who is stalking or following this journalist. He attacks her at the house, and he's following. I think he follows her to the hospital. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it. So yeah, Visiting Hours. All right, now in back to June. In June of 1982, we have Girls' Night Out. This is another one by Arrow. Arrow, I guess they really released a lot of the slashers of this year. This is a good one. I really enjoyed this one. It's a fun slasher. It takes place like in a college setting, and you have the mascot who wears like this bear outfit, and you have these like Freddy Krueger claws, and yeah, I remember this cover art on the as well. Yeah, it's a fun one, and it kind of like takes place. Well, actually, it was released like I think 2 years, before Nightmare on Elm Street. So like these Freddy Krueger calls were actually before Nightmare on Elm Street. It's got a good backstory. The ending's really good on this. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you this one because it's a fun one. It's a very fun slasher. Yeah, the ending's really good. Very good backstory. Yeah, Girls' Night Out. I had fun with this one. All right, coming in August of 1982, we have a big one. I think the biggest one of the year, of course. Friday the 13th, Part 3, 3D. This is the second movie with Jason in it. This is the one that where Jason picks up his iconic hockey mask. Yeah, the final girl is Dana. Is it Dana? Dana Kimball, I think that's her name. That's her. That last act, the fighting scene between her and Jason, man, I loved it, man. That's a good fight. She really went toe to toe with Jason on it. Yeah, I love this one. This one was one of my ultimate favorites for a long time, but I started liking the final chapter more as I rewatched them more. So the final chapter kind of like went up, and this one kind of went a little bit down, but I still enjoy it. And it's the 3D thing. I think this 1982 and 1983. You had a couple of movies doing the 3D thing. You had this one. You had Amityville 3D. You had the Jaws 3D, and then you had Silent Madness that came out a year after this. So yeah, they were all doing the 3D thing. But I love Friday the 13th Part 3. It's a good one. All right, moving on to September of 1982, we have one called Humongous. Um, yeah, this is another one that I haven't seen in a long time. This is out by Scorpion releasing. This is way out of print now, guys. This is way out of print. I was lucky to get a copy of it, but yeah, this is way out of print. It's an okay slasher. It's people getting killed in a deserted island. I think there's a violent rape scene as well, which is not, those are not fun to watch. But yeah, this is an okay slasher. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it definitely that's another one that I need to revisit. So Humongous. All right, October of 1982, we got another by Arrow, The Slayer. This is another one that kind of, I think it takes, I mean, it's been a long time, but I think it takes place in an island as well. This is more like a supernatural, because, yeah, it's more like a supernatural slasher. It's okay. I mean, definitely need to revisit this one, but I remember liking it. Kills are pretty decent. So yeah, The Slayer. All right. Coming in, still in October, we have another one by Arrow, Deadly Games. Man, Arrow really put out a lot of slashers from this year. Yeah, this is your typical slasher. You got this, killer with a ski mask. Butchering women. It's a little slow at times. The kills are okay. The kills are not like that great, but it's all right. It's a little slow at times. But it's all right. So yeah, Deadly Games. All right. Still in October, we have Trick or Treats. This is another one by Code Red. I don't know if it's still in print though. You got David Carradine who makes a little cameo appearance. Yeah, Trick or Treat. It's not. It's a little bit different as well. It's basically about this an escape mental patient who attempts to track down his son during Halloween night. So Yeah, it's okay. It's not, the kills are all right. It's not like, not the worst, but not the best either. But yeah. All right, coming in November, we had a good one. I like this one. These last two of the year are really good. One is Alone in the Dark. I mean, this one's got a brilliant cast, an amazing cast. You got Donald Pleasance, you got Jack Palance, you got Dwight Schultz. He's the one. Dwight Schultz. He's Murdoch from 18. If you remember that TV show 18, Murdoch. He also comes out in this one. He's amazing in it. So basically, these mental patients, escape during a blackout, and they're they're going to they're what they're doing is like they're trying to track down their doctor or something like that because they escaped from the mental hospital, and they kind of they go to the doctor's house or whatever. So it's kind of like it's got like that home invasion type film, but it's also got some slasher elements. It's a good one, man. If you haven't seen Alone in the Dark, there's Donald Pleasance, Jack Palance. I mean, the cast is amazing. Yeah, this is a good one. I'm so happy that Scream Factory had announced it and put it out. I'm like, oh man, like because this one was one of those that I was waiting for a Blu-ray, and yeah, Scream Factory, answered those prayers, I guess. So yeah, Alone in the Dark, man, good one. And the last one that was released in also in November, also one of my favorites, the Slumber Party Massacre. Wow, what a way to end the year! What a way to end the year, because this one is one of my top 80 slashers of all time. The killer, he uses his power drill. This is a Roger Corman film, so you're gonna get, what you're gonna get. And it was directed by two females, actually. This was directed by two females. And yeah, it's a Roger Corman film, so you know exactly what you're gonna get. It's got great kills. It's got everything you want in a slasher. You got beautiful women, you got great kills, you got tons of nudity, you got the final girl, and that's the setting. That's what a slashers are. That's how slashers should be. Yeah. So the Slumber Party Massacre, awesome movie. So yeah, those were it, man. That was the year of 1982. You know that I have in my collection. So I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna start working on 1983. So if you like these videos, man, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already, and hit the bell for more upcoming videos so you can be aware of when they're there. So again, guys, laters.